In this video, we'll be taking a look at the Unit 10 materials on coordinate systems. This is your getting started video. So if we take a look over on the Canvas page, let's see what we've got to work with. As always, we have our objectives at the top. Well, these are the goals for the unit of instruction. To get things started, we're going to do a little review. Well, the review ties back to what we did in Unit 9. So our first exercise is called Grid, Snap Mode, and Line. What we'll be doing is downloading a file I've already prepared for you. So here is the file, and you'll right click on it, save link as, and then remember you have a very specific place that you are saving your files, right? So where is that place? I'm saving my files on my desktop. You might be saving them in your My Computer. You might be saving them to a cloud service like Dropbox or Microsoft OneDrive. Wherever you're saving them, we've got a folder titled INDRB12, and inside that folder you have three subfolders: assignments, exercises, and other. You'll be taking this file and saving it in that exercises folder. And the name of the file is Grid, Snap Mode, and Line. Okay, and then our job is going to be open that thing up. So we'll go to the open, and we'll go find that on the desktop. INDRB12, exercises, Grid, Snap Mode, and Line. All right. And when the file opens up, this is what it looks like. We have a small drawing here inside the yellow box, and here we have a yellow box with nothing inside of it. So your job is going to be look at what's in the box on the left and then recreate those elements here on the right. Okay, now before you do that, make sure things are set up the way that you need them set up so you can work. If you've got a puny little tiny command line, you're going to need to get it and smash it down the bottom of the screen and expand it so that it's big and manly. Down the bottom here, how's your status bar looking? Did you go and put a check mark in front of all the tools so you can see them all? And now if you can see them all, have you gone through and turned off all the tools that you don't know how to use yet? And there is a lot of them, right? And what tools are we going to have on? Well, we'll have on the ones that we know how to use. So you'll have on your grid, and you'll have on your snap mode, and you might even need to go in and adjust some of the settings in order to complete the drawing. So here's what the file looks like when it's opened. To add your name to the file, and double click on the text that's there. That lets you edit text or add text. Make sure your text is all in caps because this is the standard for technical drawings. When you're done, hit escape or enter, and that will get you out of text mode. And then you can go and complete the drawing using those status bar tools and the line tool. So this is a very simple little exercise. Here's what we get when we start, and here's what we should finish with when we're all done. Okay, when this is all finished, you'll be turning the file in using the submit button at the top of the assignment. The other item for review, we'll give that a click. Week 1 review. This time I'm giving you a sketch, and the sketch has some dimensions on it, and your goal is to set up your grid and set up your snap and recreate this figure using the line tool, making sure that our spaces are consistent. Each little square is 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. When it's done, the figure should be the sizes called out here. And of course, you'll be starting this file from scratch as a brand new drawing. Start drawing. Again, you'll be using grid and snap mode. You're going to have to go in this time and figure out what you want for settings, how you'd like the spacing set up. And then after you've drawn some elements, you might want to go back and just check their sizes. And you can do that using the dimension tool. If you click on a line, you can pull up a dimension to show how large it is. If you click on two lines, it will give you the gap in between those two lines. So when you're all done, make sure you go in there and check your sizes, make sure everything is correct. Okay, and when this is done, this file also will be saved. You'll stick your name right here in the middle using the text tool, and you'll be uploading this file through Canvas using the submit button. Alright, and that will take care of our review, just to make sure we haven't lost anything over the last couple of days related to the stuff that you already learned. Let's move on. Handouts. So these are guided notes. You can give these a click and download them. Here's our checklist. The guided notes. Remember, these are the high points of the lecture. Make sure as you go through the lecture you have the answers to all these things. Now the second page of the guided notes is going to tie in with our 3 coordinate systems. So system 1, system 2, and system 3. The notes you take or the typing you do, all of that can take place on this second sheet. And our checklist. Well, here we are getting started. These are our steps. These are our orders of operation, right? Do these things in this order. It will get you through the materials. It tells you where to find them, and you can give it a little check when it's all done so that you know you've completed everything you need to complete. Our lecture, again, is a series of YouTube videos in a playlist. Please don't click on the little tiny icon here. It'll only play the first video, video 10A. You're going to want to click on the go out to YouTube. And then here's our video. 10A starts the series and it ends on 10L. And that will take you through the lecture. Now, through the course of the lecture, you're going to have to stop at certain points. So you'll watch all the way up to the point where it says relative coordinates, and then you'll stop, and then you got some work to do. And then when you're done with that work, you'll go back, you'll watch a little bit more until you get down to where it says polar coordinates, and when you get there, you'll stop. And then you'll do a little bit more work, and then when work is done, you will watch the final section of videos related to coordinates. There is also a lecture on simplified plotting. So what is plotting? What does it do? You'll learn that in the video. Here are the 7 steps you need to take in order to be able to set up a plot. Alright, and as you're plotting some of your work, this unit, this might be a handy little thing to look back on. Safety in industrial drawing is something that we need to talk about. There is something to watch that goes along with the text information. Okay, so make sure you take a good look at that too, because it's safety first, right? We want to make sure no one winds up hurting themselves doing any CAD work. There are some exercises you're going to be doing, but they are not things you download. These are actually in the course pack, so make sure you do the exercises as you're learning about the 3 coordinate systems. Your assignments are to read Unit 10. Your assignment that follows is to do the absolute precision assignment here, B12-2A. Okay, and some of the information is blued out. Don't pay any attention to that. That's for our normal classes that meet face-to-face during the regular semester. Okay, so I've blued out that information. It doesn't apply to you. And that's absolute precision. BC logo is the next assignment. Again, the details of the assignment are given. Now, in this assignment, you'll be plotting your drawing. You actually be printing it. Now you are obviously going to have a problem if you want to print it. How do I get it, right? So there's a couple of ways to plot or print. One of those ways is to send the job to your printer to make a hard copy, a printout. There is another way to create a plot, and that's to create a PDF file from your CAD file. And that's what you're going to be doing. So the instructions in the video will show you how to set up AutoCAD to print a PDF file that you'll submit to me using Canvas. Okay, finally we look down a little ways here. We see AutoCAD user interface quiz number 1. Well, that's exciting, right? We will have a little quiz. We'll have a small quiz. The quiz is based on the parts of the screen. So in your course pack on page 9-3, when we were discussing the different parts of the ribbon, there are 3 main parts to the ribbon. Did you jot down what those 3 parts were? Right? Because I'm going to be asking you, what are these things called? What are these little sections at the top called? What are these larger sections down here that divide the ribbon into smaller pieces? And then finally, what are these little individual icons? What are they? Okay, and then there's a small button over here. What does that thing do? Okay, so this is familiarity with the interface and how it works. In like vein, on page 9-5, we have the different parts of the AutoCAD interface. So similarly, did you mark down what all these things are called? Right? Because we need to know the correct terms for the parts of the screen so that when we're having a discussion and I say something and it's a technical term, you understand what I'm talking about. So our quiz is based on the ribbon and the parts of the AutoCAD interface. The quiz will be available on Friday. It will open up Friday morning, so you'll have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to complete it. Got to be done by Sunday evening though. The quiz will be timed, so you'll have 12 minutes to take the quiz. So you'll be able to take this anytime over the weekend starting on Friday. And it will automatically grade itself, and then it will automatically send me the grade when you're done with it and submit it, okay? Resources, here is the PowerPoint that goes along with my Cartesian coordinate lecture. That's available to you if you'd like to take a look at it. The wrap up at the end, several of the high points about our discussion, things I think that you want to review so that they stand out and stick with you. And of course at the very bottom our time machine, right? How do we move through time? How do we get back to week 1? Well, we could click on that one, unit 9, right? How do we move ahead into unit 11? When we're complete with unit 10, well, we can give a click on here and that will take us into the next unit. So this is the breakdown of unit 10.